I am Michael Akech, and this is Mike Akech Kenya, the only #1 channel where we learn it all gospel. Wase hapa kila kitu ni holy. So, anyway, if you're here and it's your first time, kindly take your few seconds and subscribe to this channel and like this video, share also so that other people can learn from what we are learning. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7, the Bible says, don't be misled. You cannot mock the justice of God. You will always harvest what you plant. You will always harvest what you plant. The principle of you shall reap whatever you sow. That is what we want to talk about today. And who is the sower here? A typical Kenyan politician, that is the sower. And who is the harvester here? A typical Kenyan politician is the harvester. And who is the ground here that germinates the seed? A typical Kenyan voter is the ground. And what is the seed here? Kenyan shillings, Kenyan money is the seed. Politicians of Kenya, they have mastered this principle. Kabisa, they know. Now we are talking about electioneering period, and we are here. We are about to get to the elections in 2022, and politicians are out. What are they doing? Wanna fertilize the ground. Wanna mwaga manure, or I don't know, manure kwa ground. And so the ground is in a meta. The ground is very ready to receive the seed. So what were you expecting anyway? Do you think that if a Kenyan politician is the sower and the harvester, what kind of the seed do you think that they sow each and every electioneering period? As it's just money. No wonder the time comes that the ground cries. And the ground cries because it is the harvesting season for the sower. So they use whatever means it takes to harvest. Through corruptions, they will harvest. They were just waiting. The truth is, they were waiting for the seed to germinate. After 100 days, they are coming for the harvest. They are coming for the harvest. And then when they come for the harvest, this is the time. It is a must thing for them. Because they are the farmers. They have planted money. They expect to reap money. There is nothing else that they are going to reap, because that is what they have spent time sowing. They shall reap that. So like the book of Galatians is telling us in verse 7 of chapter 6, whatever you plant is what you shall harvest. Of course, you cannot, as a farmer, if you're a farmer out there, I believe you understand what I'm saying. You cannot plant mango and expect to harvest orange from the seed. That's #1 thing that I want us to look into this talk of this day, in this video. We reap what we sow. So the politician is the farmer, and he has planted money. The harvest must be money. Nothing else, nothing more. They shall reap money. So that's what they sow. So now, where we are at now, because Kenya manze tunaenda time ya ku-elect, and politicians already are in the field. And so they are on the ground and they are fertilizing the ground kidogo for a few months, just for ground kukua ready for the seed that they already, wengine already wameanza kutupa seed. And by the way, some of these politicians, what do? Wanaenda kwa kichaka. So kwa kichaka, kwa ground, kuna kichaka bado, vitu haziko clear, wanatupa seed. Wakishatupa seed, so ndio wanakuja kutoa sasa weeds. Wanatoa weeds, hizo vichaka wanazitoa, and so the seed gets ready to germinate. Some people like, a deputy president, anyway, So now sasa ndio wanamwaga manure nini, they already planted the seed. They are expecting to reap, and what they sow saizi, they've been planting money in the churches. They've been planting money in the youth groups. They've been planting money in the women groups, in the circles and everything, trying to make sure that, children goes to school and everything. They are planting. The expectation for them ni watavuna, not any other thing. It will be only money. Number two thing that I want us to look into this is, if you plant a seed, you expect to reap more. You reap more than what you sow. You reap more than you sow. So if a politician planted 1 million shillings, hayuko ready to reap 1 million shillings. He is getting ready to harvest more than 1 million shillings. As a typical Kenyan voter, if you're the ground, and a politician as a farmer comes and, plant a seed of 100 shillings in you, what do you expect? You have to germinate that 100 shillings. So that 100 shillings need to be more. So the time of harvest will come, they will need more from you as a ground, because you as a ground, you have to be fertile. So you as a ground, you have to give much more money. They will come. So if you are not ready, kindly, this is what I will say to us. Kindly, let us not accept these seeds. Let us not accept these seeds. We don't need the seed. We don't need the seed. We don't want to germinate it. We don't want. That is the time that the sower, atashika masikio na aseme, ni kunoma, ni kubaya. That is when the ground will be different. For now, ground is not different. Ground is the same. It's the same ground that politicians always come and plant their seed each and every year. Ground is never different, and it will never be different until the ground decides, no, I will not receive that seed. That is when the ground will be different. So guys, if the last election, an MCA used more than 3 million, I believe almost 5 million to get into the office, they used almost 5 million in their campaigns to get into the office. What do you expect? And this money, you did not give them this money. This is their sweat. They worked for it. They did business. They saved for it. They looked for donors, for sponsors who actually expect that when they get into the office, they shall pay back. So, if the ground received the seed, the 5 million, and so the ground is germinating. So they are in the office waiting. They're sitting waiting for the seed to germinate. And then after the famous 100 days in the office, that it is harvesting time. KRN huyo on your neck. My friend, you will be paying taxes like nothing else. That is the reality. They will be borrowing left, right, center, and they're telling you they are borrowing, and they're telling you they are borrowing because of you. You're taxed. When you're driving, you're taxed. When you buy fuel, you're taxed. When you go to the supermarket, you buy bread, you're taxed. When you're paid salary, you're taxed. When you do your business, you're taxed. One person, you're taxed when you're using internet, when you're buying electricity, when you're paying water, when you're paying your rent, your house rent, when you're building your house, you're taxed all rounded. And as a typical Kenyan ground or Kenyan voter, let me just put it like that. We need to understand that if we give these people an office, we have given them an opportunity to sit in those offices to make sure that things are well put together to help this nation to grow. And they cannot use the office. They are just waiting to come with a political voice, with a political seed, and they plant it. And then we say that that is helping. If you cannot help as an office, how? Because why are they lying to us this way? It is a lie. We know it is a lie. We know it will never happen. This bottom-up thing will never happen. We know these stupid things that we talk about. You see, what our youths being taken to, where to learn about, industrialization and everything. We know all these things will never happen. We are just being played, and we are just, sitting there, cheering up, receiving seeds. Oh, Jesus, and getting ready to germinate that seed. And then the time is coming that they will come and reap. They will come and just start harvesting. And we expect that when they are harvesting, then we expect to sit there, and just smiling and laughing. We will be crying. We will be crying. Cry will always be there if we continue to do this. If they cannot do it as an office, if they cannot do it as an office of the president, as an office of the deputy president, what tells you that they will do it if you give them that chance again? As we are ready for them to come with their political offices, in their political outfit, overalls, with their political seed, and as a ground, we grab the seed and we germinate it for them. And then we are enriching, and we make them rich billionaires. Yet you remain a poor, a church rat. May God have mercy on us. May God have mercy on us. You see these manifestos, bottom up, stadiums will be built in 100 days. Students after graduating, they will be getting, internships in different corporate, organizations, and they will start receiving monies from the government each and every month, giving Mama Mboga an opportunity to have more business, having this, what do you call it? As the Kenyan youths to be taken to, Japan, Nama Korea, to go and learn things to do with industrializations. I don't know what is it, how to call it also. All those things are just bad. Laptops. We talked about going to Canaan. Now we are building bridges to Canaan. Like I said in the last, video, is that there is no shortcut to Canaan. That's what my Bible tells me. I wish there was, but there is no shortcut to Canaan. We have to go through Jordan with those crocodiles. We have to face our enemies. And that's why I said last time, we need leader who understands this generation and who is of this generation, not these people who comes here and, just playing us. But the funny and the worst part of it is we allowed it. We pick those seeds, we germinate them. So manifestos are like manures, just to make us happy, just to make us, celebrate and jubilate and say, yes, bring us more seeds. And they plant seed, they plant seed. And so today we are talking about and the manure that they're using now, the fertilizer that they're using now is the bottom up. Taking young people to Korea to learn about engineering, industrializations, ICT or ITC, I don't know. they're talking about, uniting Kenya. Year in, year out, I was born, found politicians talking about uniting Kenya. We are still uniting Kenya over 30 years later. We are talking about, trickling down. We are talking about, offices for the leaders. We are talking about, helping mwananchi wa kawaida. We've been talking about this. The problem is that we are so quick to receive these seeds. They're using this as a manure. So we sing and we celebrate, and then they pour in the seed. And when the seed comes, we germinate it, the seeds grows, makes a lot of money, and then they come and they harvest and they go their way. The ground is left there crying until the ground will decide to refuse the seed. Mpaka ifike ile pahali sasa ground wataanza refuse. So guys, what do you think? As a ground, as a typical Kenyan ground, typical Kenyan voter, that is what I mean. What do you think? Just say something in the comment box there, and just help us to learn what must we do? What can we do as the ground? What can we do as voters in this nation? What can we do when it comes to this seed, this money that politicians give? And we are told today that this election is going to be the most expensive, that this will be the most expensive election ever. Why? That if last election, an MCA, a county member assembly, used about 5 million shillings to get that office. So what expect you of this election? And so if they planted 5 million. So what do you expect them to reap? What do you expect them to harvest? More than 5 million, of course. And salary cannot add to that 5 million. And you remember the ground is still waiting for more seeds to come. But you see, the sower knows that you cannot plant each and every time. There is a time that planting will never happen. Nothing is going to work. So, if today an MP, before even the campaigning period, let's talk about party primaries, he need more than 5 million. So what do you expect, guys? What do you expect? What do you expect? A president is using millions and millions of money. Politics in this nation is expensive. And when they get to the office, you expect them to get a salary like over Tanzanians or like over Ugandans. These are the facts that we need to check. They drive to go to the what do you call it? The Ugandans drive to go to the political ground or the rally ground, if I may put it like that. But in Kenya, they fly to the rally ground. They fly to the rally ground. So what do we expect? And when they come there, the ground is so ready to receive the seed. So what do you expect? You expect them to have money like, like the presidents or the senators or the members of the Congress of the United States who wanachanga pesa from the members of the party so that they can do what? They can run their campaign. These people, they look for their money, they work, they do their businesses, and they save for these campaigns. And when after saving, you want them to just plant that seed and go away? No, they will plant it and they will come back and get it from the ground. By force, by fire, they will use whatever means to get that money. So we have to start rethinking, and this is us voters, we need to think again. We need to think. I don't know how we're going to think, but we need to think. And that is a question that I have for us. Kenyan voter, a Kenyan voter, what do you need to do as a Kenyan voter? What do you need to do to change this game when it comes to politics in this nation. What do we need to do? What do we need to do? And we have to face the reality. It is going to be hard and it is never easy. We are going to elect no leader who will come. Wacha tunasema ati sijui God chosen ati sijui Mungu. Wacha Bible imetuambia hapa, you cannot mock God. You cannot mock God. Whatever you sow, you shall reap. Yeah, so I've said it. Situonane next time. Mungu akubariki.